Hey, man, y'all make sure you're gonna leave that Spider-Man nigga alone. That nigga gonna kill himself. Every time we see Spider-Man, that Michael Morales, every time we see Michael Morales, he trying to get some pussy and he get turned down. This nigga gonna kill himself. Mark my words. Shamik Moore, whatever his name is, Michael Morales, Miles Morales, is going to off himself if he continues down this road. Every time we see this guy, whether it be on a press run for a movie, talking alongside the co-stars of the movie, Miles Morales cannot contain the horny levels. How horny could you possibly be? And the worst thing of it all, it's with white women. Leave the white women alone, asshole! You're making them uncomfortable. You know, when you see these beautiful white women, you need to realize that, you know, they basically got the world by the balls. And then look at you, Miles Morales. You're literally like 5'6", maybe even shorter. And I can't help but notice when I look at you, don't have the essence of a black man. I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's just something about this guy, this Shamik Moore guy, that even though he's a black, he doesn't have the essence of a black man. I mean, you could just tell this guy's packing a 9-inch Arizona can size purple and black size schlong on him. You can just tell. And the thing is, women can spot this from a mile away, and it's a repellent towards women. Why would I get with a black guy that doesn't come with all the black guy things that we all love and adore? I want my black boyfriend to sell fentanyl. I want my black boyfriend to punch me in the head and be abusive. And of course, I want my black boyfriend to dog me down, dick me down, with nothing else except for his long 9-incher, the circumference of a Pepsi can, and nothing else but Timberland boots. Shamik Moore isn't that type of black guy we all love and desire. And so women look at a guy like Shamik and say, ew, get the hell away from me, you creep, I want nothing to do with you. And then they turn around and get with the epitome of a Chad, the quarterback, and not just any quarterback, an NFL quarterback, and not just any of Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills. How could you compete, Shamik? How could you compete with this 6'5" multi-millionaire can buy you and sell you 10 times, 15 times over? Big, massive hands, probably has balls the size of 2 small mandarins. That schlong is probably beautiful and thick and plump, and it's probably pink. It's Josh Allen we're talking about here. So how could a guy like Shamik, who's 5'6", compete with this type of guy? Remember, during the press run for the movie, Spider-Man, the Universe, whatever the fuck it's called, all this guy could do, Shamik, all this guy could do was just confess his love and affection for this girl, Haley Steinfeld, his co-star. He couldn't resist. The guy was so horny. And everybody saw it, and everybody was talking about it. It's so bad that there's a compilation on YouTube, and it was all over Twitter. This thing went viral. And it's a 6-minute-long compilation of this guy, Shamik, just oozing with horniness, burning desire and passions. I can just imagine all those sperm cells are knocking on his nuts and telling him, let me out! We want to get out of here! Come on, we want a boss!
Here to be Miles flirting with Gwen when I'm looking at Haley.
When you're looking at her, right.
I was very happy to work with Haley.
Yeah. I gotta do this. I gotta make the movie.
I'm gonna watch Paper Moon, just so I can,
so you know?
Just so I can, be closer to Haley. It's easier looking at Haley than being Miles trying to get to Gwen, you know what I mean?
Folks, that was just 30 seconds of this. And it gets even worse and worse. Go watch it for yourselves. This guy is an uncontrollable, horny lunatic. Get him out of here. Get this guy out of here. He's making the precious white women uncomfortable. Now, as we know, after this, you got NFL superstar Josh Allen. So 6'5", ultra Chad, great NFL quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, Josh Allen, after, throwing for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, maybe 1 interception, wins the game and gets to go to a hotel room where Haley's waiting in doggy style, waiting for the super ultra omega Chad to raw dog her for hours upon hours. So Shamik thought to himself, well, I can't compete with Josh Allen. Look at the size of his hands. I mean, he could literally wrap around my pencil neck and squeeze me and choke me to death. No, it's better I move on. So Shamik moved on from the precious white woman, who was very respectful, by the way. Remember, this is a long compilation, 6 minutes. This was an entire meter run these people did. They went to state, all over different shows, different radio shows, different people were interviewing these people, and this guy couldn't contain the horny levels. I mean, how unprofessional of this guy, making the precious white woman uncomfortable. Now, keep in mind, this Haiti lady, she's white, so she's so precious and kind. We know white women are precious and kind and sensitive, and they're in tune with their emotions. You know, when people call white women snow bunnies, it's not for no reason. White women are literally the human version of a bunny. Sweet, desirable, kind. Everybody just wants to pet it, so soft to the touch. Now let's contrast that with black women. That's a whole different story. So since Shameik had to move on because he couldn't compete with Josh Allen, his massive hands, and we could only imagine the size of his beef, he moved on to another co-star in one of his movies. But this time, he went over to the dark side. She wasn't white. She was black. And as we all know, black women don't be playing no game. Shameik went ahead and thought it was cute to post a fan-made edit of him and this girl named Laura Harrier, one of his co-stars, where it kind of insinuates that these two, you know, they were having these moments in the red carpet in these movies and all this stuff where they were kind of like acting, they might be a couple. Well, Laura Harrier didn't take kindly to this. She didn't appreciate Shameik's horny levels being out of control with her. You can try that with the white women, not with me. So apparently she DM'd him and said, listen here, pal. Take the horniness levels down a little bit. We ain't never fucking. Take that video down. Stop trying to say like we about to fuck because I got a man.
He first posted that video. A friend sent it to me and was like, did you know that he put this up? And I was like, no, because that was taken a year ago at a party when somebody asked us to take photos together, and I guess somebody was filming it. And not sure why you would post that now. And so I texted him. We're not close, like I know him just from around. And I texted him, hey, can you take this down? I'm not sure why you would post that. Also, I'm literally getting married, and I don't like this insinuation that there's something going on between us, if that was your intention. And it's still up. Which is fucking weird. You're a fucking weirdo. I'm sorry. You're a fucking weirdo. And I'm fucking annoyed. So I just wanted to say something because I don't like that. I don't like that. And
you know, when a woman calls you a weirdo, and this is all after a 6-minute long compilation that we've been seeing now for the past year of you failing to bag one woman. Now you move on to the next one and you fail again in the most humiliating way possible. To be honest, I don't see where you go from here. Where does one man go on from here after failure after failure after failure after failure? And this is the problem with a lot of guys that are misguided and misdirected in life. You know, this guy's Spider-Man. This guy's Michael Morales. You're Miles Morales. Everybody loves Miles Morales and Spider-Man, the whole universe thing. Everybody loves it. But we don't know who you are. When we think of Miles Morales, we think of the cartoon character. We don't think about this nut-ass black guy who isn't even cool enough to be a regular black guy. So you're not even that big of a deal. So why would you go after actresses that are successful? Why would you go after working actors that are females and are attractive? Well, I'm talking about Haley, not the other one. The second one you after, she's kind of below me. Let's be real here. But still, he tried to shoot a shot. He said, okay, I couldn't get to Haley. Let me get with another co-star on a movie who's below mid, in my opinion. Let's be real. Because there's no way she's going to turn me down. I'm Michael Morales. Hey, nigga, I'm Spider-Man. Well, that blew up in your face because, again, these people don't know anything about anything. And his mind, he thinks, well, I'm Michael Morales. I can get any girl I want. So instead of going with a random thick Latina that her ass wibbles and wobbles whenever she walks, that has about 3,000 followers on Instagram, nobody knows who she is. She has no money. She's dead broke. She's she's dying for a guy like you. No, instead this guy's acting excessively horny for a working actress with millions of dollars at her disposal. Literally has all the options in the world. Can get with any man in the world. Why would she settle down with you? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Same thing goes for the black lady he was trying to get with. Why would she settle down with you, Michael Morales? Tell me that. And then people wonder why a guy who's successful, who's made it in life, like this guy Michael Morales, why he would off himself when they just hang himself off his balcony. Why? You think this guy Shameik doesn't watch that 6-minute long compilation of him failing every single time with that girl Haley on that press tour run? You think he doesn't watch Josh Allen's highlights when he gracefully throws that ball 60 yards and scores a touchdown? How he saved the game last minute. Josh Allen with a heroic play. Takes the ball himself and runs it. He goes to the 40, goes to the 30, 25, 20, 25, 30, 15, down to the 5. Touchdown, Josh Allen saves the game. The Buffalo Bills are going to advance. And literally about 45 minutes later, he's going to be in a hotel room, literally getting sucked off by Haley. The love of your life, the girl of your dreams. You think Miles Morales doesn't think about this? You think Michael Morales didn't wake up this morning, asshole, literally pulsating? When he found out, he looks at his phone, there's 700 text messages. There's about 85 missed calls. And people are sending him links, and it's just him being exposed yet again for being a loser and getting turned down by all these women. You think that doesn't weigh on a man's shoulders? You think that doesn't crush a man's soul? And so, of course, a guy like this is going to hang himself. And so my message to Shamik is, Shamik, look, you need to start stroking your beak before you go out to these interviews. You can't control yourself. You're too much of a horny lunatic. So my prescription to a lunatic like you is start stroking your beef more often. Yeah, when you feel like doing one of these tweets is going to ruin your career, stroke your beef first and then tweet it after. Because it might change your mind. Whenever you go on these press tour runs, all these interviews with your co-stars, you can't control your horny levels. I mean, the horniness is literally exuding through the camera. We can see it. We can all see it. Before the interview, how about you stroke your beef out, bust all over your pants, all over your underwears, and then go ahead and do the interview right after. Because, Shamik, you're ruining your life. The horny levels are astronomical and the women can't handle it. You know, if you were Josh Allen, you could literally whip it out during the mid-interview with anybody and they'll probably start sucking you off right there. But again, you're no Josh Allen, you're Miles Morales. And not even you're a cartoon. So we don't even know what you really look like. Start raw dogging regular women with fat asses and BBLs. Start paying for BBLs. Start operating women. You see a random woman out there with a pretty face but her body looks like a refrigerator, pay for her surgery. Start operating women. Blow up all that money. That's Spider-Man money. Change your bum-ass life. Start doing something for these women instead of being such a needy, horny man. You're black, for crying out loud.